What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with TJ. Obviously, Tim Thomas is taking a sabbatical, and we can sit around and bash him all we want. I'll be sure to do that and to get both sides of the argument involved. Obviously, it's easy to say he's doing the wrong thing. It's easy to say he's doing the right thing, but I think he's doing the right thing and going about it the wrong way. But we'll talk about that later. Got plenty of time. Got all summer. But if Tim Thomas has in fact played his last game as a Bruin, which is about 98.7% likely, we're going to talk. Obviously, we get Tuca, so we're in good shape. But here's a top 10 list of the top 10 things Boston Bruins fans will remember about Tim Thomas. Start with number 10. In a game, a 1-0 shutout, no less, by Timmy T against the New York Rangers on April 4th, 2009. Hitting Sean Avery over the head after Avery whacked him with a stick during a TV timeout, and then waffling Schuster him in the head after leading to the now famous or infamous line by Jack Edwards: "Waffles are good for breakfast, but they're not good in the third period of an NHL game," which was pretty funny. I was at that game, my buddy Jack. We pretty good season, 1-0 game. Wheeler had the only goal. If you look that up, it was a fun game to watch, fun game to be at. Number 9, his relationship with former Catamount teammate Marty St. Louis. Big save against them in 2006 in November that year. The Bruins are a hopeless team under Dave Lewis. And an OT win against the Lightning. And then the 2011 handshake with Marty. Both battled hard to make it to the NHL. Marty had won an MVP and a scoring title, Stanley Cup in Tampa. And, Tim Thomas was getting his opportunity. And as bad as Marty felt to lose, being the great competitor that he is, he wanted to go on and play for the Stanley Cup. But I know Marty felt good for Thomas. Someone that's watched Marty St. Louis play a lot. He's really a class act, and they both had to battle to get there. I know they're both happy for the other one's success. It's just who both of them are. Number 8, I Won't Back Down. 2011 Finals. That big hit on Sedin, to really set the tempo. I think that was Game 4. And then getting into a Burrows. Burrows was a pain in the asshole series. Biting one of the most respected players in the NHL's finger, and really being a thorn in the side like none other. And it's good to see Thomas take charge and bring the physicality from the crease, something you don't see ever. Number 7, the 7th Player Award, and the magic he had in 2005, 2006. Obviously, another hopeless Bruins team under then coach Mike Sullivan. The Thornton trade, all that. They bring after Toivonen and Raycroft got hurt. They bring him up from Providence at 31 years old, and he puts together a string of great starts. This was a guy that was supposed to be in Finland that year. Ended up taking an out clause and going to Providence and ended up in the Bruins roster. And though they were hopelessly bad, he still brought him close to playoff contention at one point in the season, which was like, wow, they're god-awful. And Timmy T kind of stuck it out and played really well with an unorthodox, unbeatable style. Number 6, his first Vezina trophy in the 2008-2009 season on the whole. Obviously, they made the playoffs the year before and got eliminated by Montreal. And then Timmy came out and had an outstanding year, posting a .933 save percentage and a .210 goals against average to win his first Vezina trophy. And, they swept Montreal. They lost to Carolina. The Cup dream fell short, but, it was still a great year and a hell of a ride as the Bruins were the number 1 seed in the East and really Cup contenders for the first time in, easily a decade and a half. As a Bruins fan, that's when all the bandwagon fans jumped on. Obviously, me and my buddies were true fans before that, but still a hell of a ride. And, it set the tempo for 2 years later. Number 5, the fight with Carey Price on February 9, 2011. Big win over Montreal to see the two goaltenders who've duked it out in the playoffs 3 times. And it was really a big mutual respect between the two of them. Price, they could not be more opposite, but they really respect each other's game. And you can tell that they really look positively at the other one, look to beat the other one. Carey Price, a highly touted, technically sound, high draft pick. Tim Thomas is a flop around. He'll stop with whatever you got. Journeyman. I think they can both respect the other one for that, and to see the two of them duke it out and that kind of share a smile afterwards, just that's what hockey's all about. That was a hell of a moment and a great win over a hated adversary. Number 4, Bobby Orr. 4 straight wins at the All-Star Game, 2008, 2009, 2011, and 2012, something that's never been done before. And being the first Bruins at an All-Star Game in a long time for Timmy T in 2008, and it was great to see him out there. That was a hell of a moment, hell of an experience for the Bruins, and really getting it done at the biggest stage. And then got interrupted by the Olympic year, which we'll get to in a second. But, no goalies ever won, I think, even back-to-back All-Star games, and he won 4 in a row, so that's pretty cool. Number 3, the political Maverick. Not going to the White House with the Bruins after the Cup this year. Kind of spoke volumes about, whether or not you agree with him politically is relevant. He does his own thing. He's a Maverick, John McCain style, my idol, my political idol. And this year with the sabbatical, talking about the economy and all this. Whether or not you agree with him or don't agree with him is irrelevant. It's pretty cool. That's his head-on approach. Like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and you really gotta respect that in him. Whether, like I said, you agree or disagree with the specifics, the way his head-on approach, like, no, I'm doing what I want to do. It's all that's a head-on approach he took to get to the NHL. So, it's pretty cool. Number 2, the Winter Classic. Obviously, a big overtime win against Philly. That was a great moment in and of itself. Marco Sturm overtime. He had the big hit. He got pissed off and led to an easy goal by the Flyers early, but got the win in overtime, and they got named to the U.S. Olympic team afterwards. And that was a surreal experience. My dad was there. I got to watch it on TV, and at Fenway Park to really see, the standing ovation he got. As one of the first. I think he was the first, second star of the game. And then, getting the Olympic jersey and skating around the ice at Fenway was awesome. And that's something, I'll never forget. That was a hell of a game between two big rivals that have been in the playoffs a number of years. And a number of times, and, to see Timmy get the win and then put the Olympic jersey, even though he didn't start in the Olympics, obviously Ryan Miller stole the show, but it was a surreal experience. And as a Bruins fan, I'll never forget. Speaking of moments I'll never forget as a Bruins fan, number 1, the 2011 season, from that first shutout in Prague against the Phoenix Coyotes to the final shutout against the Vancouver Canucks in Game 7 in Vancouver. It was unbelievable, the ride we were on with Tim Thomas, and having won, obviously, second best trophy, with a .938 save percentage and a 2 goals against average. Just one of the best seasons I can ever remember. Almost like Pedro a few years was 99 to 2000 when he was just unbeatable. And I was like that. Timmy was unstoppable, and he willed the Bruins to win the Stanley Cup. 3 Game 7s, 1-0 Game 7, 2 shutouts in Game 7s, sweep against Phil, you knocked them out the year before, embarrassingly. And, I don't think any Bruins fan will ever forget that whole ride of 2010, 2011. The playoffs were unbelievable, and finally getting to lift the Stanley Cup and bring it home for the first time in, 39 years was a surreal experience. And to have witnessed it as a fan was awesome, and I'll never forget it. So, Timmy T, whatever you do, brother, you support it here for your, maybe not, specifically politically, but just for being a headstrong approach to everything. And that's all I got on this episode of the Power Play with CJ. Top 10 things Boston Bruins fans will love about Tim Thomas, even after he's gone. Stay tuned for episodes throughout the finals and beyond.